Hello everybody, welcome back to this C++ video tutorial. Now in this tutorial we are talking about a very vital thing in programming, if statement. Now the if statement in programming is a Boolean expression which has got one or more statements in its body. So we can have the syntax of the if statement to be something like this. There is an if, then there is a Boolean, that's not a spelling, expression, and after this we have the body for the if statement, and inside the body we have the statement that will execute inside the body. The statement can be 1, 2 or more. Now this statement executes after the expression over here has been tested. I mean, there is always a condition here. Now when the condition evaluates to true, the statement or statements in this bit of code will execute. If the expression or if the condition evaluates to false, then nothing happens. Now before we can go ahead and test conditions using the if statement, we have to know some operators that we are going to use. First of all is the equal to. Again, we have the equal to again, we have the less than, the greater than, we have less than or equal to, then we have greater than or equal to. Now this equal to in programming is used to assign a value to something, or we use this to assign something to a variable or any other thing. For example, I can have a variable x which is assigned to the value 5. Now this equal to normally is used for testing. This is when you want to ask yourself or test that maybe 5 equals 5, like so. This is how we do that. So if you want to say 5 is equal to 5, then we are going to use the double equal sign. But if you want to assign something to a variable or whatever, then we use the single or this equal sign. We have the less than. Now this less than means anything on A is less than what is on B. Now greater than simply means, which we understand, what is on A is greater than what is on B. Now less than or equal to means what is on A is less than or equal to what is at B. Now greater than or equal to, we know, means what is at A is greater or equal to what is at B. Simple to understand. Now that we know the operators we can use for testing, let's go ahead and test certain things that will help us understand. Now this morning when I woke up, I found out that my computer wasn't responding. So what I did was I called a friend who is very good in fixing computers, and he said, okay, if the computer continues to behave that, I should bring it to him. If not, that means if it stops, then nothing happens. That means I'll just continue using my machine. Now this live example can be used to demonstrate how if statement works. Now in this situation I have the if statement over here. Now the condition is if the machine works fine, like so. Okay, now if it works fine, then inside the body there is going to be continue using, like so. Okay, so although these are reserved words, but this is just an example. Okay, so this is how the if statement works. It has a condition and it goes ahead and tests that condition inside the parentheses. Now if the condition is true, all codes inside this body will execute. Okay, now if it's false, then it step out of this body, but that one we are going to do that later. So let's go ahead and do something really practical with if statement. So what we are about to do is we are about to test a condition or a Boolean expression or whatever. Now if that is true, we are going to have certain things being printed out on the screen. If it's false, then nothing happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call out the syntax for the if statement. So if, then our test is going to be here, then the body for our if statement, like so. So this is what we are going to do. Now we are going to test if 1 is less than 10, then print out I love paradise on the screen. So I love paradise, like so, on the screen. Okay, so what this program is going to do is going to test 1 is less than 10. If it's so, that means this condition evaluates to true and is going to execute this. If it's false, then nothing will happen. So let's go ahead, build and run this. Build and run, and as you see, I love paradise is on the screen. And of course it should be, because 1 is less than 10. Therefore this statement or this bit of code should execute. So that is it for if statement. It's really simple. We can say less than or equal to, or we can use is it equal to. This means that is 1 equal to 10, which is false. So with this, nothing will happen, as we are seeing. So that is it for this tutorial. If statement, it's really simple to understand, and don't forget to meet me in my next tutorial, which is going to be real fun. Maybe we might be talking about if else statement. Bye bye.